Welcome to the Ellen Show. This show is all about coming out of this situation or any situation without any scratches by using our intellect, by inspiring one another, inspire your countrymen, your heart, your mind. Light up your coconut, 99 cents at the hardware store. The world is in so much need of illumination, of wisdom, patience, right? A nation has to have patience, right? You have to take one of those shield pills. This video may not go through because of this music, but I'm still gonna do it anyway. So give me one moment. You know, my show is not edited, it's a one shot. So today I'm feeling like I'm coming back, and we're going to talk about something very important. Besides great music, you know, great cultures, great society, the world, you know, looks very confusing at times, you know. We're having issues all over the world, right? We're having issues locally here in our country, right? Like East Coast, West Coast, right? We're having actually, yeah, right, like, there you go, East Coast, West Coast, right? And then we go to the East, right? And then we having issues like down here, right there, see? Then we go here, and then we having issues like, you know, let's see, right, go, patience, trying to get it right here, get it right, so we go up, China, and then we go into right here, right there, somewhere right here, right, Italy, right, France, right there, right? So, as you can see, and that's besides all the other troubles, you know, the internationally, right? But we don't worry about that. We worry about what's going on locally with our lives, with your life, my life. That's all that matters. Remember, notepad and pen. You gotta write down those thoughts. You gotta clean up that mind. A clear mind, it's a good mind, a healthy mind. Today is, before I forget, Monday, August 8th, 2022. And remember this, everything is just a test. It's a test. If it wasn't a test, then we would be here forever. But you got about 100 years to get it to your head that this is a test. Now, don't ask me the ultimate answer. I don't know it because I'm still working on it too. But we're gonna talk about it in depth a little bit. Give me 1 second. Let's get this music out, right? So we write our thoughts, right? We light up our wisdom, our brain. Our brain is fire, right? It's full of, you know, fiery neutrons and neurons and whatever you want to call it. Bunch of little spider web looking, you know, conductors that go everywhere, and we make that thing work. The more we exercise it, right? The brain, the mind is a terrible thing to waste. Somebody said that. So we want to light up, right? I don't endorse any books or anything. This is just a prop, but just to let you know, you can, religious books or even movies, right? Even movies can illuminate you, can teach you something, right? If you're feeling in need of a drive or something, go to one of those holy men, wisdom men, and ask him a question. You know, sometimes it's even free. You walk into those temples of knowledge and temples of, you know, value of education and things like that. Those people are highly educated. They have PhDs. They're not just your There's people, they're very well studied in many cases. So if you walk in there and they're available and you can ask a question that you're wondering, they might be able to give you a little bit of guide and a reason, right, to get back on track. If for any reason you feel like things are getting a little confusing at times. In every decade of our life, right, we either change or the world change around us. Nothing stays the same, right? Einstein said that the only constant is change, right? And people are having a little hard time with change because sometimes it's maybe coming too fast or maybe we are too old. But when you look at the young people, right, those in the 10s and 20s and the hopeful ones, the ones that are coming up, they are having no problem adjusting in some cases. But in others, they are too. They are struggling, right? Some people struggle with change. And it's not that it's something new, it's always happened. And change can be a natural event or it can be man-made, right? You see the problems we're having, right? We spend too much money, we can get in trouble, right? We don't save enough, we get in trouble, right? It's about everything is a test. And you put on a big smile and you say, okay, what is my game here? What is my thing to do here, right? So let's talk a little bit about that, without going into the truth shall set you free. And the truth is something that we have to search throughout our entire existence as long as we are taking those deep breaths here, right? All right. We have a cycle of life, right? Everybody that's born, it starts today, has an estimate life, right? For a male and a female is a little different. But somewhere around the 80 years of age. Some people abuse it. I'm just kidding. They go, but we know people live over 100 years, right? But the average people, is somewhere out here. You hear of all these people that are passing away as we get older, right? And you go, wow, man, he died at 70 something and he's very successful. He's got money. What's got money to do? What money has to do with if you get a real illness that can be cured, and many other reasons why people move on to the next test, to the next life, wherever, heaven or whatever you want to call it. Right? The truth is that we don't know until we get there. Otherwise, maybe people wouldn't want to do a lot of things, right? So today is day 908 of the Big C. Oh, who would have thought, right? And now they're talking about something else. So you see, they keep moving things around, and you know, hey guys, I don't know what to think anymore. Look, I don't even have a brain, but God, this is well, thank God Allah takes care of me, because otherwise I don't know what I would do. Actually, I don't take care of him. He just sits there very quietly for the most part. So as you can see, right, unless we made out of wood and end up in a wood chipper, or things are going to affect us, right? They're going to make us feel down, up, happy, unhappy, angry, right? Like the Hulk, right? They're going to make us feel joyful. They're going to make us feel hopeful, right? But at times they're going to make us feel uncertain, and they're going to make us feel sometimes, hurt and pain, right? And the thing is that when you embark in life with other people, meaning family, right? Let's say you live with your family, and so we have different ways that people react to different situations, right? Or different ways people react to the same situation. Maybe a husband and a wife, they have a different way to react to it. It could bring conflict between the two of you. But remember, whatever challenge as a family you have, that is your challenge together. Not one person, but together. Because that's your little boat in the ocean of rough waves, right? So if one person is pulling off, well, you might sink that boat or turn it over. So what this is about is how to do things without any scratches, right? Like how to, well, it's in the knowledge of things. First of all, we gain zero by panicking, right? By getting worried. People who worry, suffers twice for the same problem, or maybe three times for the same problem. So it doesn't make any sense. Grab one problem and seek for solutions, right? Everything is a test again, right? So here we are. These are all the different decades, right? We go from zero when we're born, 10 years. What do you remember about being 10? Most of the time you just went to school and learn. People told you what to do. Like you have very little saying, right? Unless you were one of those child that are very opinionated and try to, and very wise, right? You could show intelligence at a very early time, right? You can show different types of what they call it, ways of being, characters and things like that from early age, right? They're 20 years. What happened 20 years, right? Some people don't make it 20 years old. Things happen, right? Now you still educating yourself. A lot of people drop education and enter the labor force. Some people start at 15, 16, right? Start with part-time and stuff, and then they just drop out of school and then just enter the labor force. They don't care anymore. They just want to make money and work, right? So everybody's got a free way to live their life. It's your own investment, right? So when you're in your 20s, right, what happens too is you fall in love a lot, right? You like this, you like that. I call it the like era because you like everything. You like music, you like that, and then you test a lot of things, right? Everything is a test. You try a lot of things, right? And some things hit you back. You probably have your first hangovers right there, right? If you're lucky to have them, because that's a good thing. Keep you from getting worse at things, right? 30, right? 30. People start dreaming at 30. I want to have my home. I want to be married. I want to have children. I want to have a business, right? So we enter all these things, right? It's just internally, without any thought of the outer world, how things affects us, right? We don't think about tsunamis. We don't think about hurricanes. We don't think about wars. Why? Because we're very strong, right? For the average person, right? You're very strong physically, mentally, and you're very hopeful. You haven't been, gone through so many disappointments and things like that. And the way we react when we're young is like we forget very easily, right? So in your 30s, right? If you're lucky and then you graduate from university and you exercise your plan of practicing a career, and then you start joining companies, corporations, right, that pay you very well, and then you have a lot of options, right? For some other people, they choose other patterns where, is the labor force, hard work, blue collar or whether white collar, whatever, but the difference will be how much you get paid, how much time you're going to have free, how much free time. And all those little details, really, I'm just going to be part of that test that you're going to be taking on, because you have made some decisions based on your own intellect, based on your own ideas. Some of us are very stubborn, want to try our own way and don't want to follow what's been written, what's been given to us as a path, right, to have maximize our opportunity. It's called optimum living, right? Some people already tried all that and they wrote it down and they left a path, right? And they say, well, this, if you do this, and you apply to it, then, unless, like I said, something outside your universe comes in and, destroy your plans, right? Then you should be able, for the most part, to succeed, right? So when we're looking at the 30s, right, it's a very important age. A lot of children, a lot of families are created around that time. A lot of young families, right? And everybody starts very hopeful. By the time you're 40, right, You having your children in school, they're, a lot of liabilities. You have a lot of bills, right? You have house bills, car bills, energy bills, all kinds of bills. You are what makes economies, right? You are the economy of the world, right? The people that participate in these things are the economies, what they aim at. You are what they call the voter, the person that makes the influence one another in the decision making of a nation, because you pay the taxes and you paid all the, all the commerce, right? And you're the consumer, right? So this age, right? We are all consumers throughout the whole thing, but in this time, we look for the biggest purchases, right? The people want to have a Mercedes, they want to have big purchases, right? So this is very crucial, right, for the entire glow of the society in our nation, right? That middle age people, right? Because by then you're supposed to have savings, you're supposed to have a lot of things, right? And one of the most important things is raising the next generation, right? The future of a nation. It depends a lot on us at that time. 50s, right? The silverbacks, the wisdom, right? The grandparents, starting the young grandparents and things like that, right? So right here, right, we have done a lot. We have traveled a lot, hopefully. We have experienced a lot, and we carry a little bit of that wisdom to teach, right? To teach the young minds, to teach the youngsters out there, right? You're seeing a lot of movies like where the older guy in his 50s, maybe 50s, early 60s comes in and either teaching boxing and teaching things that he learned and he mastered in the past, right? So you can see that right here between 40s and 50s, there's a lot of mastering, right? And also there's a lot of falling, because a lot of people can get sick around this time. And in the 50s you can develop a lot of things, and some things, right? So that's why they call, I don't want to say it but they call it the 50s, right? Because, and doesn't stand for a bad word, by the way, but because you live long, you expose yourself to a lot of things, and now nature has to take its course, because everything is a test. We are going to be tested throughout the whole thing. There's not going to be one comfortable day in our life unless we believe it, unless we do it. Every day is going to be a struggle for the next day, because we are here to be tested in strength, in mind and body, and in soul, right? Right here, right? It's a one event, and it's going to take about 100 years, right? And believe it, in 100 years, right, when you count all the days and leap days, that's 36,525 days. Think about 36,000, right? 36,000 days. And some people, they go, oh, I'm having a horrible day. Well, how many of those have you lived? So it's all attitude, right? It's all how we carry our next moment, right? Without getting too far ahead or without going too much into the past, right? Try to keep it light, right? Everything that we carry is heavy because it's energy. Energy weights, Energy weights. If you see a concentrated piece of iron, concentrated, it weighs a lot, and it doesn't take that much space. So energy has the same equation, If you carry a lot of thoughts, it's gonna weigh in on you, and believe me, it's like it's gonna haunt you because it does carry a lot of weight, right? So we want to travel lightly, right? Regardless of all the responsibilities we carry, we need to manage everything, put it in their own place, like having a big one of those compartment shelving, and we put everything there, and then we come in and say, yeah, okay, got it, like a computer, right? So that way we clean up our mind and we try to enjoy the moment of today, right? Because that's all we have in the end, right? Anything can happen. Remember, you playing a game that at any minute, anything can pull it away from you. And then if you're not even aware of it, you'll be one of those people that say, I don't even know where that came from. It's like a falling piano, right? there's airplanes, so you never know. Anything can happen because everything is a test again. And we have to be fearless, right? Fearless. Let it, bring it on. So by the time we're 60s, right? We're those beautiful people. They get upset for anything. We start, kind of deteriorating a little bit because from so much life, right? Maybe our knees hurt, maybe we're developing arthritis, so we develop, maybe we start forgetting things, right? Because we need to stay alert, right? We need to stay exercising and we need to stay vibrant, right? So that these things can be slower, right? Can slow him down. We take a lot of control and we slow him down to the point where they affect us very little, right? And sometimes in this age, right, you might develop something very seriously, right? And hopefully, right, there is ways to manage it. There's cures and there's things like that. But those things happen because everything is a test. We're going to die, no matter what. We're born, right? We're weak when we're born, right? Because anything can happen to us. We don't know how to defend ourselves. We can't defend ourselves, right? When we're born. Then we travel this to the strong, right? Right around here, right? That's when we're strongest, right? Right there. And then we start declining. And then by the time we're 100, right, we should more or less be weak because we have used all that strength and energy and material that we're made of, and it kind of goes on a descending, depending on how much we take care of ourselves, how much we put in our investment towards the end of our life, right? So basically we have youth, we have more youth in our 20s, we have a young adult when we start making decisions, who we're going to love, who we're going to marry, how many kids we're going to have, where we're going to live. Then we become that adult, the guy with the serious face. You go to a company, you go, how you doing, man? I speak to, and the guy comes up. He's got to play the part, right? Everything is a test. In the 50s, right, a lot of times you get guys like me with ponytails who've been like, a little more wanderers than anything else. And in the 60s too, these days, there's a lot of cool guys out there in the 60s and 70s, slower guys, more like, but it's a lot of strength here. 80s, right? 80s is this is life expectancy right here between women and men. So there you can see, you go from adult right here, the senior adult, senior. So wherever you fall in this bracket, nutrition and fitness has to be part of your day, every day, right? Your heritage, your legacy. What you receive when you were born is what your parents did. And then you're part of that, your name, your last name. Like in the old days, right? People used to be called blacksmith, right? They carry that heritage. And many times that child carried the same work that the father did for generations, right? Until one guy says, enough is enough. We're not making horseshoes anymore. I'm going to school. I'm going to do something different with my life. I'm going to be an artist, right? Or something like that. So we break that and then we turn it into something else. A lot of people change their names. They change. There's a lot of people that came to America, right? They had a different last name and they came in and they changed it. And that's a whole new generation of things, because people looking for that next test, the next opportunity. So how do these little, right? The end, our death, right? So we are born, we grow, we reproduce, and we die. And our legacy, right? Our legacy is that thing that we're going to leave, that order or that chaos that we are creating. Either we are living under the assumption that we want to create order in our lives, in our family, locally, right? Without going to, scandalous life and things like that, or we're just going to, live in chaos until, we run out of luck or something, right? Everything is a test. You choose whatever, right? But it is very well documented that the more order you have in your life, right, the more you guarantee an easier and happier life. although there are many factors that can change that. Hurricanes, earthquakes, economical changes, depressions, famine, right? Right here, pestilence, famine, wars, right? You could have made everything perfect. You follow all the rules, right? But some other people had different plans, and you're in the middle of the situation. The games we play, hurt and pain. Sometimes we're not in control of that, but we need to be aware so that we prepare ourselves. So if today meat is $2, tomorrow it could change to 5. Do you have that $5? Because if you do, then you were ready and prepared, so that did not affect you. It kept your smile going. But if you don't have it, then be ready and make sure that you prepare for that, because things are going to change, because that's the law of the universe. Things change constantly. Remember, keep your body clean, right? Keep your body clean from everything, diseases, physical. Keep it, so it gives you peace of mind. Keep your mind clear, right? Like again, talk to people, do whatever it takes to get your stresses out of your mind, right? And write things down and find your mission in life, right? And the last one is soul. Once we got all these things organized with nutrition, fitness, and health, right? Hygiene, right? It's very important to be clean, to be, nicely shaved, clean clothes, like teeth, healthy teeth, good hair, nails. If you don't have hair, well, good skull, whatever. Just hygiene is a daily habit, and it has to be done, in order to maintain a good harmonious body, right? So when we do all these things together, it helps us fight that test that we're given every day, whether it's an economical war, and the stresses, there will always be there, but they're not bigger enough that they will sink you under the water. The world has 8 billion people. You got to think, you got to question everything, right? This is the Alan Show. And unless you're Superman, we need to keep learning every day, and not be afraid. Be strong. Every day, go out there, do your exercises, clean up your mind. Your mind is like the trash in the kitchen. You have to take it out every day, clean it, fill it up with good knowledge, good books, good readings, good music, good movies, make yourself feel good. It's not that hard, and a lot of those things these days are free. They're right to your thumbs. You can, but whatever you choose, at the end of the day, everything is a test, and it's your test. Until again, another day. I hope this give you a little illustration how important this is. We are all going this way, as long as we're breathing. It's the quality, right? It's the partnerships, the relationships, right? That's all it is. Other than that, we live and we die. Till next time, have a great day. Enjoy it. Share it with other people. Have a lot of fun working on your next test. Thank you for tuning in. The Alan Show.